coverage of the Rookie Showcase Camp sponsored by the Physics of Life Foundation, where they help all struggling and failing children to see the true beauty of physics. Now you, Tom.
Let's take a look at these fine prospects. First, we have a pitcher from the Churchill region who stands in at 6 foot tall and weighs in at 180 pounds and has said that he delivers mail for a living.
No, Tom, Postman. That is his name, not his profession. Noah Postman is the name of this fine pitcher.
The next prospect is an outfield from the Catholic Central region who stands in at 6 foot tall, 165 pounds, and goes by the name of Brandon Anderson. Whatever. And the last prospect is a catcher from the Churchill region who stands at 5'10", 165 pounds. This catcher is injured on the disabled list so much even his last name is Cast.
Now, Wade Cast has run into a couple of scandals in his young career about him having used the illegal substance of steroids. Because according to all his teammates, I quote, "It looks like he never stops flexing."
That's makings for good baseball soap opera.
Now to start the highlights.
Okay, we see here, Dan, a great display of Newton's first law stating that an object in motion tends to stay in motion, or an object at rest tends to stay at rest. Let's watch.
Record after I get home. Keep recording. Hey, stop.
Wait, it's your turn up to bat.
No.
What do you mean? You have to bat.
Tragic way for the catcher to start the prospect game. Let's take a look at the pitcher in action now. We'll see a good example of Newton's second law stating that an unbalanced force causes an object to accelerate.
Now we see here that the work energy theorem comes into play, whereas work is equal to change in energy.
A force applied over a distance is equal to 1/2 of the mass of the baseball multiplied by the final velocity squared minus the initial velocity squared.
Now the mass of the baseball is 0.145 kilograms, and we multiply that by the pitch of the speed, velocity of the pitch, of 75 miles per hour, or for the sake of calculations, 26.8224 meters per second. And we square that and divide all that by 2 to get the answer of 52.16 joules.
Wow, Tom, that's a lot of work being done there.
More work than he's ever done in his life.
Then be fighting words, Tom. Now to figure out the force he applies to the ball, we take the work of 52.16 joules and divide it by his stretch of 2 meters, and we get 26 newtons of force.
I'm moved by that force.
Now if we take a closer look at the batter, we can see the ball x speed ratio come into play here.
Yeah, Dan, if we take the ball x speed ratio of bat, which is 0.61, and add 0.5 to that, then multiply that by the velocity of the batter's swing, which is 73 miles per hour, then add the calculation of the ball x speed ratio minus 0.5, multiplied by the velocity of the pitch, 75 miles per hour, and we come up with the answer of 89.28 miles per hour.
That's right, Tom. The ball leaves the bat at a speed of 89.28 miles per hour, or 143.68 kilometers an hour to all the Canadian fans watching out there.
Now, if we watch the next highlights, we'll see Newton's third law in effect.
Now, according to Newton's third law, for each action there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Let's watch.
Ooh!
Runs the heater and beans him. That's gotta hurt.
Now that ball, according to conservation of energy, is applying 26 newtons of force, and according to Newton's third law, his body is applying 26 newtons of force back.
Roll the rest of the clip.
Now, as we see for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction.
The last clip of the day one comes from the catcher. Now, he's been pretty quiet up until this point, but I think he opened some eyes with this play. His arm was put on showcase for all the scouts on this one.
Roll the clip.
Woo!
Angular launch calculation to calculate just how good his arm is. Now, if you take the distance x to second base, which is about 128 feet or 39 meters, and divide that by the time it takes for the ball to get there, you will get the velocity of this young prospect.
Scouts will be impressed with that, Arnold.
Well, that wraps up day 1 at Prospects Camp.
Some fine young prospects out there, Dan.
That there is Tom.
So I'm Tom.
And I'm Dan.
And you're watching ESPN 8 Video Show.